Stellar family, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. I'm sure you guys are quite eager for me to, upload this XLM update. And just want to start off by saying thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys are showing tremendous amount of love. Continue supporting. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. It does help out the channel a lot. But anyhow, let's take a look at this. Charles Hoskinson, who is, of course, the founder of Cardano, says, "Congrats to Stellar and HBAR. They have weathered the storms of the past few years and are growing well." Pretty much, giving credit. And I love this about Charles Hoskinson because, of course, at the end of the day, Stellar, HBAR, they're competitors. But going back to what Brad Gerlinghouse even said, who is the founder of XRP, he came out and said that in the past, rather than working against one another, we want to build together, support each other. And this is a perfect example of support. Shout out to Charles Hoskinson. I really, really like this about him. And yeah, I totally agree. And this shouldn't be a big surprise to anyone, of course, unless you're coming into the market for the first time ever. If you've been in this space for quite some time, I'm sure you guys know there were bull markets, there were bear markets, there were major hurdles coming in front of these projects. And guess what? XLM, which of course is the native token for the Stellar blockchain, and HBAR, again, guess what these projects have continued to do? Regardless of the FUD, regardless of how big of the storm was, they continue to build. They never stopped, and they worked and worked and worked, and now they're finally starting to gain attention from the big players. So shout out to XLM, of course, the Stellar family. Let's take a closer look and see what is happening. So on the 24-hour time scale, we're seeing a little bit of a retracement as we do start off the week, and that is because Bitcoin did see a minor pullback. And I know a lot of you are going to be like, why? Why is the price not just going up straight in one line? Come on, guys. Let's be realistic here. Nothing goes up straight forever. It's normal for us to see retracements. It's normal to see a cool off, and that's what we're seeing right now. Just a continuous reminder, let's wake up and take a look at the weekly time frame. We're still seeing double-digit gainers. XLM 81.7% increase. Insane to think about. Over the last 24 hours, we did see a little bit of a retracement of about 10.4%, with the price currently sitting at 45.28 cents, also down 10% in Bitcoin comparative. The valuation sitting nice and strong around the $14 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about $2.7 billion. And if you're looking at the dominance index here, on the hourly perspective, you can see this for yourself. We're starting to kind of see a range forming here. So the dominance is still, quite high at 64.51%. But you do want to see the dominance pull down. The fact that, we still did not retest the 65.1% is a big indication that, altcoin season could really be close. And if you want to see that, let's just face it, over the last 1 week, altcoins specifically are, performing quite well. And that really gives us more excitement. But anyhow, if you're looking at Bitcoin price right now, so it did see a retracement, and now we're being supported by our previous all-time high, which we set for ourselves just 3 days back. But let's shift our focus towards the hourly time frame. It makes it understand more. I'm a visual person. Let me know if you are also. So you can see this for yourself. We were sitting at about $123,000 just earlier this morning. Insane to think about. And Bitcoin has seen a retracement. If you want to put this into perspective, Bitcoin has dropped about 4%. That's a healthy correction. That is a healthy correction, because I want you guys to focus on the beginning of July. That's when we were sitting at $105,000. We saw an increase of 18%. 17 to 18% increase, where Bitcoin is worth a huge chunk. And since then, we have seen a nice healthy correction. Like I said, nothing is going to go straight up forever. If you're excited that the market's going to continue to perform and could just go straight in one line without any retracement, I'll be the one to tell you that that's not going to be the case. We are going to see healthy corrections, and this is quite a healthy correction. And we got supported by where you would expect the price to be supported at. Because let's face it, when you see these types of moves, I've said this on my channel before, you want to see the project, kind of finding a ground for itself and, strengthening its support before the next leg up starts. The reason why I say that is because let's say there's not much support, the support's not going to hold that nicely. We could push down quite fast if that were to be the case. So that's why it's extremely important, to have even sideways momentum. And right now, I believe, Bitcoin's looking still really good and could start pushing once again towards all-time highs based off of, this recovery itself. We're pushing up to the $119,000 right now. But enough with Bitcoin. I'm sure you guys are like Crypto ZX. Please talk about XLM. We're getting there, but it's very important to keep Bitcoin in mind because it helps us understand what's going on. So yesterday, the 51.8 cents. So we nailed this target. I'm sure you guys know about this. We 100% nailed this target. We retested it right at the neckline, got rejected. Since then, if you want to put this into perspective, we saw a retracement of about 13%. Again, Bitcoin, remember guys, and so a 13% retracement, but we're being supported by some support that we have built up since 2018. The support came in our way in 2022 as well, and right now it is coming in our favor right now as well. You want to see the price hold around this range. Doesn't matter if it takes time to consolidate here, it's totally fine. Yes, the 24-hour trading volume still quite high. I do personally project, what I'm projecting is that, we do see a new yearly high much quicker than a lot of people think. But with that being said, we do need to keep Bitcoin very closely in the frame, because if dominance, let's say, starts going up to the 65.14%, which it hasn't done since, about a week, if it starts doing that, maybe we start pushing down for XLM around the 41.2 cents, which again is normal. It's normal still. That would be an additional move of about 10%. So that's something I want you guys to keep in mind. But so far, so good. If Bitcoin is able to reclaim back above 120,000, I do personally believe that, we could continue this trend. But a little bit of a consolidation is needed, because I'm showing you guys a weekly time frame. We have yet to see a little bit of a consolidation. Let's take a look at it on a daily time frame. Maybe we could kind of look at it from that time frame as well. Let's see. Not this chart, we need a different chart. So let me just bring that up for you guys, and we're gonna go on daily. So you could pretty much see this for yourself. We've just been going nonstop, towards the upside. And a continuous reminder, just from the beginning of this month, we have seen an increase of 129% for XLM. So nice healthy correction. Like I said, if this support does not hold, let's say dominance goes up a little bit, we could realistically see a 41.3% retest, which again, in my books, is normal. I do expect the support to hold. Even if that were to happen, totally okay. But you want to see a little bit of a sideways consolidation as well before breaking towards the upside. Maybe we see that breakout. Let's face it, maybe we do see that breakout up to the 64 cents mark, and then we consolidate a little bit and then start heading towards all-time highs. I do personally project once we do retest this key resistance, we will see a little bit of a rejection due to the fact that, this is a resistance. But after that, I think we could start pushing up to, the main levels, which of course we haven't seen since 2022. And that's where things can get really crazy. Do let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. The fact that what I want you guys to realize, a huge takeaway from this update I want you guys to have is the price of XLM is literally at 45 cents, retested 51.8 cents, while the dominance is this high, 64.51%. Imagine if the dominance pushes down, to the likes of 55%, which would be a 10% decrease. Or if that were to happen, what do you think is going to happen to altcoins? I think we could see a crazy price action. Again, at the end of the day, time is going to tell, but that's my own personal opinion. Do let me know in the comments down below what your personal thoughts are. With that said, we'll see you later. Been Crypto ZX, and peace out.